So judge me if you will, but I personally will not lend money to somebody who I perceive to be living beyond their means. People really be out here upkeeping a life that they cannot afford. You see on social media, people be having their Louis bags, their Goyard bags. They come in the Lamborghini, all of that good stuff. But these be the same people that will ask you for $30 at the end of the week so that they could buy groceries. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me how you can live so far beyond your means to the point that you are not able to cover your basic needs at the end of the week. And me being the financially savvy, the financially responsible friend, I don't feel like it's my responsibility to pick up the slack or to pay for the outcome of your poor financial decisions. Honestly, you can call me judgmental, you can call me a bad friend, but I don't feel like it's fair that people, not just me, people are out here making sacrifices to make ends meet, making sacrifices to be able to afford the lifestyle that they choose, living in a financially modest way. Meanwhile, other people are living financially irresponsibly and then have the audacity to come and ask the financial responsible person for rent money or to ask the financially responsible person for money for groceries. Like, babe, in 2026, why are we borrowing $30? What is $30 going to cover? Somebody maybe can explain it to me, but is it, you're going to borrow 30 from me, 30 from your mom, 30 from your dad, 30 from your best friend, and it's going to all add up to 120? Like, why are we borrowing $30? We need to get smarter about money. And honestly, if you are watching this video and you find yourself to be that financially irresponsible friend that pulls up in the expensive cars, rents the expensive vehicles for the time being, gets their hair done and their nails done and everything done, and then by the end of the month can't afford their life, I am talking to you. Okay? I am talking to you. I am talking to you because, babe, do better. Okay. And you know what is funny too? These same people are so financially irresponsible that in the event that the financially responsible friend does lend them money, they sometimes have the audacity to ask a second time for more money before they've even paid back the first amount of money. Like, babe, okay, I already lent you the $30. Now you want 60, but where's the original 30? Where is the original 30? Honestly, guys, it is perplexing to me. I know that people people come across a financial bind. I am not saying that I won't lend money to somebody who genuinely comes upon hard times or were faced with a situation that they didn't expect and it used up a bunch of their savings. Of course, I am more than happy to support somebody in that way. And I actually have in the past. I lent money to a friend and I gave her a year to pay it back. We made a verbal contract via email, and she told me that in 1 year's time exactly she would pay me back. And I was okay with giving her that money. I was fine with it. But you're not going to live a lifestyle that is beyond both of our needs and then have the audacity to then come borrow money. Okay, we need to be more responsible. If we want to see different outcomes in our financial future, if we want to lessen the financial anxiety in our life, if we want to build our net worth, we need to make better choices around money. And you cannot be relying on the people around you to help take you out of those difficult moments when it comes to money. You need to be able to take yourself out of those difficult moments. One thing that I've always prided myself on is when I fall on financial hardship, I borrow from myself. Baby, I'm my own bank. I am my own bank. Okay. When I, feel like my checkings account is running a little bit low, I jump over to the savings account and maybe I'll borrow against myself. And that is my why. That is my why. That is my feeling of accomplishment, knowing that I don't need to rely upon anyone to pave my way. I make financially responsible choices in the beginning. If I get to a space where I am struggling, I have myself to depend on. And if that then doesn't work out, let's say I blow everything in my savings, then I will exhaust my option of borrowing from a friend or asking from a friend. A lot of people are getting way too comfortable asking other people for money to fix poor decisions that they've made with regards to their money. And it needs to stop in 2026. One of my best friends, she made this joke. So we were living in Thailand and it was so funny because we were in Thailand, we were backpackers, we were in our early 20s at this time. And I remember we were like running low on funds and we had said, me and like my second friend, we had said like, oh, we're just going to go into our savings account. Like our checkings account had depleted and we had said that we had gone into our savings account. And we were dying of laughter because our third friend was like, wait, there's a savings for the savings? Like I thought like the checkings, the money that you brought to Thailand was the money that you had. There was an additional savings on top of that. And babe, that's how I always live my life. She said that changed her brain chemistry going forward. Like she didn't know that the average person in their 20s had a savings for the savings for the savings, like a backup plan for when they run out of money. And yes, baby, we do. We do. The financially responsible people do. And she said that changed her brain chemistry. And from then on, she worked on having a savings for a savings so that she could never be in a position where once that first account runs low, then she's scrambling and running to borrow money. And honestly, that is my advice that I want to leave y'all to. Make sure that you guys are financially responsible enough to be your own backup plan. In the event that you run out of money in your checkings account, in the event that an emergency takes you by surprise, make sure that you are prepared to tackle that emergency on your own first. Be able to exhaust all of your options financially before you then go and rely on other people, because your financially responsible friends are tired of your bullshit. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.